Hey everyone, I hope this is not too long of a video, and also my pup is with me. This is Merlin. If you watch my videos before, you've seen Miley like in the background or with me, but this is our new pup Merlin, so you may see him around. Anyways, okay, so today's topic, and it's been on my heart this like last few days, and it's been on my heart like in general, with me being authentic and being just intentional and conscious, but it's, he's so cute, just stretching. It's this, the music that I'm listening to, or I have listened to, and TV and movies. And let me tell you, first off, I'm not perfect because I still watch a lot of TV and I still listen to music, but as I'm peeling back these like layers and healing, I want to call it healing, but it's just remembering who I am. I'm just so much more aware of like our collective and society and these subtle ways of programming and in a way, manipulating us, or me at least, let me just speak for myself. Especially like with music and television, and I'm just gonna express a little bit of like, as I'm looking back at my childhood and teenage years, how it's affected me, and I didn't realize it was. And I'm also coming from a place of a lot of gratitude as well, especially now that I'm aware of it, and I just want to share this with all of you and maybe provide some insight, some wisdom if you're looking to just be intentional in your life and just aware, you know. So where do I start? Just music. So I posted on my Instagram the other day. I remember when Joey and I started hanging out and dating, and I would put music on, and I remember his energy shifting. You know, he would be like kind of down, and he just mentioned like how he doesn't really listen to music anymore. And I was like, what do you mean you don't listen to music? And like when he would drive, like there was no music on, and I was like, this is weird. Like I would always have music on, always. And even at home, like there could not be a moment of silence. I was just had it on. And he was like one of the first people to really make me aware of like, oh wow, there is energy to some music, to the words that they use and what it's saying. And back then I was like, boy, why are you judging me? Like I'm conscious, and like I totally am to a certain extent, but now as I'm like peeling back these layers, I'm like, oh my gosh, damn, like no, this like music and this these movies and TV shows has definitely set some kind of program in me. And I could tell by, let's start off with music. Some of the words, like first off, like more of like the hip hop and rap, and you know, I know there's some that are conscious now and really awesome, but some of them are talking about other girls and like murder and beating people up. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then like what I used to listen to was like boy bands and some rock songs. And the reason I felt inspired to share today was I was emotional about some stuff this morning, and I went to Zumba and danced it out. And on the way home, I was like, you know what? I want to put some boy band songs on. So I just put a playlist on Spotify, and like these words and these songs, like I just, as I'm hearing them, like I can't sing them. Like I cannot sing them anymore. And I remember I used to like singing my heart out to them. And like, for instance, like one of the Backstreet Boys songs, As Long As You Love Me, was like, you know, I don't care who you are. I don't know where you've been, what you've done, you know, as long as you love me. I'm like, oh. I remember like one of my like, you know, relationships, like I just wanted to be this like, you know, as long as you love me, like that's fine. Like I don't care what you've done. Like I'll accept it, and like losing myself in that. And then an NSYNC song. This was like one of my favorites. The lyrics is, it's tearing up my heart when I'm with you, but when we are apart, I feel it too. I'm like, I can totally see like me just in my subconscious, like believing that. And just like, I remember not, like some people in my life, like not being enough at times, wanting to be with them, but then also like, oh, like there's somebody else probably like, that will fulfill that. It was crazy. And I know there's like other songs that I was thinking about Taylor Swift. Like I know a lot of my friends used to listen to her, and I used to listen to her, and these songs about like maybe a boy cheating on her, and like that's totally fine to express yourself, right? But like just some of the energy putting out like of being a victim and blaming other people for how you feel, and you know, I'm also acknowledging like the other person is like they were missing something was going on in their life. They okay, so like one of my exes like cheated on me, and at that time I was like, how you could do this, blah blah blah, like. But now seeing, I was like, you know, there's this feeling of maybe not worthy of having me, or self-sabotaging, or who knows, like, you know, it's like I don't think he actually meant to like do that. It's just where he was in his life, and these songs are just, I don't know. And like if you're still listening to them, you know, I still like listen to them sometimes, and I'm realizing when I do listen to them now, it's like I want to listen to them less and less and less, and finding things that really do feel good for me to listen to. And shows, like I remember this one Argentinian telenovela, and I was just telling Joey a little while ago, this girl was dating this guy, and she was like kind of angry at times and just like testing him. And I'm like, I remember doing that with my exes, like making them mad in a sense, and seeing like how far I can push them, and will they stay, will they love me and forgive me. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I'm sure like with other movies, like you see these movies where it's like the one and this person, and then you see other movies where it's like between two people, like Twilight, you know, like Jacob and I can't even remember his name right now, but there's a lot of this like stuff, which is fine, you know. I know there's people that have more than one person in a relationship, but there's definitely like a communication piece. But in these movies, they don't show you. It's like, this is my person, this is my person. Like, what, honey? I know. I feel like I could have gathered my thoughts a little more, but it's also nice to just come with this like inspiration and passion to share. And then today I put Linkin Park on, and I remember just like jamming to it and hardcore. But it was like low vibrational, these like, I don't even remember the lyrics, but it was like basically kind of like wanting to end your life, or just like freaking like someone triggering you, and it's like, I can't, like. And I could see like times where I did feel confusion and depression, and just like, I wouldn't say I really wanted to like end my life, but I've had those like, you know, thoughts and things. And anyways, I'm coming on here just to provide some insight on my life. And you know, now I've been listening to The Greatest Showman soundtrack. There's some songs where it's like, wow, I get so emotional, and there's like so much power and love, and I'm sure there might be a little bit of programming in some of them, but I'm aware of the words and the lyrics, and it feels like empowering. It feels like, oh, uplifting. And what else? There's this one song by Whitney Houston, The Greatest Love of All, and it just makes me like want to cry. I'm like, yeah, like if you ever like hear the lyrics, it's basically just talking about self-love and loving yourself. Like that's the greatest love. He's so cute. And you know, there's so much music out there. I'm in this transition point of like kind of being mad at the music I listen to, because I used to like jam and dance, and finding new music that is inspirational, encouraging, loving, like more connected to my spirit and Mother Earth. And I've like found some songs, but then, you know, there's other ones where I kind of wish like more of the reggaeton and dance like was a little bit more spiritual, but yeah, I don't know. The more I'm peeling back these layers and remembering who I am, it's like I'm just more sensitive. I'm sensitive to like these words and these songs, and I'm gonna do another video, but about like how words cast these like spells, and this like programming, it like changes your beliefs, and for me at least, you know, I know there's a lot of other people that have like maybe just a mindset and heart that's I don't want to say stronger, but it doesn't affect them as easily as me. So yeah. Oh, and just yeah, just so much. I feel like I might do another video another day, but just wanted to share that, and just, you know, not telling you to stop listening to music or watching TV. I'm not perfect. I'm still doing that. I think for me, and just my message and my truth is just being intentional and actually listening to the words. One thing is like, I remember like just singing these songs as a kid, but then listening to them now, I'm like, I sang those songs? Like, it was just a cool thing to do. Like, I don't remember the words. And then when I listen to the words, I'm like, damn, it's so funny. I'll be like in the car with Jeremy, like, I want to listen to the song. And then I put it, I was like, oh shit. I was like, this is probably not the best lyrics. I'm like, and I just didn't remember what the lyrics were said. So anyways, so just putting the message out there of just being aware of what you're intaking. You know, it's kind of the same as food. You know, people are like want to eat healthier, so they're not eating like maybe processed food or meats and things like that. It's like the same thing with what we're listening to and intaking with our vision, and yeah, like how can I just be healthier in that sense too, in that regard, and just thinking about it and thinking big picture for the people around us in our community, our children, our loved ones. And it's like little by little, like maybe putting a song on or not putting a song on. Like having a moment in the car where it's like, I'm not going to put anything on today, or putting it like an audiobook or a podcast. And yeah. All right, that's my message for today. I love you all so much. Thanks for tuning in. And